Each time I upload, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. Lockhart Perspective. Helping you along the way. Helping you to make it through another day. Well, hello. I'm sorry, I was getting down. I absolutely adore that theme song. I am so sorry. But you guys caught me. I was about to really break down. I was about to really get down. I was like, I don't know, circa 1983 or something like that. Welcome to the Lockhart Radio Podcast and welcome to Saturday Night is Live. This is Saturday. And we are here and listen, you guys. I got some crazy criminal kooky stories. I've got 3 crazy, kooky criminal stories, and I'm telling you right now, I cannot believe some of the stuff that we're about to get into tonight. But if you are like me, big baby, and you are ready to have a good time, I want you to go ahead and go. I hope you already have, if you're into your libations, baby, if you got your wine, if you got your beer, if you got your pop, your iced tea, hot tea, whatever you got. I hope you have it and that you are ready to hang out with us tonight, because these 3 stories, and it could be more. I don't know. You guys know how I can get. If I start looking around and retching around and finding more stuff while I'm rummaging in the bag. But here's the deal. I'm going to set it up for you. We have criminals that are just gone rogue. We've got criminals that are just unbelievable. And I think that some of the time we see these people doing stuff and we're thinking to ourselves, why would they ever do such a thing? Why would somebody, jeopardize their job? I'm not talking about just regular everyday folks, regular degulars. No, sir, no, ma'am. I'm talking about people who we think would get a good job. And as soon as they get the good job, their mindset is, I'm going to retire here. Well, couple of these stories are not. One of the stories is not even about a retirement. We're going to put that one in the middle, though. I want to sandwich that one in the middle, because this one story about a kooky criminal is not necessarily somebody who could afford to go on ahead and retire later on. No. This one right here is amazing. So we're going to sandwich that one in the middle. We're going to get ready to share the screen. The first one that we have, you may already have heard about it, but it's okay, baby. You may have heard about it, but we're going to talk about it together, you and me. I got you, boo-boo. This one is Clayton County in the state of Georgia. Let's see what happened. Let's just see. Po baby
have arrested one of their own and charged her with trying to sneak contraband into the jail.
A security specialist and the inmate who was supposed to receive the cell phone charger have both been charged. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor joins us from the Clayton County Jail with more on this hair-raising story. Angelique.
Good afternoon to you both. Well, this security specialist was hired to help keep the 1,800 inmates here at the Clayton County Jail in check. But in the end, the major says it was the security specialist who broke the law.
All right, let's think about that. The person got the job and now they done broke the law. We all caught up now, right? Everybody coming in. Now look. Okay, come on now, baby. Come on.
There was multiple conversations between Ms. Williams and Mr. Martin, and specifically about this incident.
Clayton County Major Michael Johnson says security specialist LaPortia Williams was caught on videotape dropping a cell phone charger, which was concealed in a cereal bar box in the trash can. The major says the 38-year-old jail employee was providing the charger to her high school sweetheart, inmate Rodriguez Gonzalez Martin.
She's seen on video bringing a box in in to a specific housing unit, dropping it in a trash can, and then leaving.
Major Johnson says suspect Williams was hired as a security specialist back in March. In that position, she works the towers and should not have contact with inmates.
It's very concerning because we are in the care and custody of 1,800 plus inmates, and to think that they'll do something at this level to where they're bringing in contraband and or harming in any other way.
The major says case evidence includes a voice recording between Williams and Martin.
Hold on, get it for you. I was asking you, you know how you come out here? Anytime you eat out of us, just throw it in the trash, and I got somebody to get it.
Williams is facing 3 felonies for the illegal drop. Inmate Martin is charged too. Major Johnson makes it clear any other employees or contractors will face the same fate.
Know that we're watching. Know that if you're bringing it into our facility, you may get it by today, but we're still watching. We're going to catch you.
A mess. You get a good job, right? She didn't even sound too enthused or interested in the dude while they were talking. Well, how you gonna get it? I don't know how you gonna bring. Just bring it on in. I got somebody to do it. Okay, all right, no problem. Like, oh God, he's asking me for something else. And then you should have thought about the lack of enthusiasm you had, sis. You should have thought about that, but she did not. So let's go on ahead to my next story, because after that, I'm going to really wrap it all up for you. And I'm going to sew it up real nice and pretty, put a bow on here, because this last story that we're going to look at, in my impression, is by far, let's just get it. Let's just get it, big baby. Come on. All right. So the next story we're going to look at is the one I said we were going to sandwich. Honey, how about this? With all of the people dealing with ICE right now throughout the United States, you got folks scrambling out there in Texas. You got people scrambling in California. You got people scrambling everywhere to run away from ICE. How about this lady decides to put herself on Front Street? Give me a break. Go ahead. I can't believe it, but go ahead.
Now at 4, a South LA woman accused of staging a fake immigration kidnapping is now facing federal criminal charges. Good afternoon. This is the KTLA 5 News at 4. I'm John Fenolio. She allegedly claimed she was being held in a facility near the border, but the Department of Homeland Security says they found her at a mall in Bakersfield. KTLA's Sarah Welch joins us from South LA with the story. Sarah.
Hey, John, good afternoon. The Department of Homeland Security says Julie Calderon made this whole story up, that it was a hoax, that she blamed federal agents while stoking fear in the community. Free Julie now! Back on June 30th, family and friends of Julie Calderon claimed she was kidnapped in this Jack in the Box parking lot off Alameda in South LA by federal agents or people working with them.
Ununiformed men in unmarked cars kidnapped Julie.
But the U.S. Attorney's Office says that was a lie. In its criminal complaint, they say these are photos of Calderon, a citizen of Mexico, on June 25th.
Wait, sorry. How do you feel? How crunchy do you have to feel after getting up with a whole entire group of people? You got a microphone. Y'all done all plan to go out there and really rally for this woman because, well, terrible, terrible ICE has taken this woman away. How crunchy do you have to? How molded do you have to be after this happens? And let's just keep watching. But I mean, I want to back it up a little because I want you guys to take a look at all the people just out there just rallying on her behalf. They done took her. They done kidnapped her. Lord have mercy. Why'd they do that to her? Look.
In this Jack in the Box parking lot off Alameda in South LA by federal agents or people working with them.
Ununiformed men in unmarked cars kidnapped Julie.
But the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Lord have mercy. Ununiformed men in unmarked cars kidnapped Julie, he says with a surety. He is so freaking sure, and he wants Julie back. And, you know, I mean, I want to do you want her back now, but come on.
Office says that was a lie. In its criminal complaint, they say these are photos of Calderon, a citizen of Mexico, on June 25th, parking her Toyota in the fast food parking lot, getting out and then walking across the street to get into another vehicle at this gas station and later driving away. Days went by and the family set up a GoFundMe to help find her. And they also filed a missing persons case with LAPD.
She was taken straight from here to the border and pressured to sign deportation paperwork.
Calderon claims she used another person's cell phone to say she was taken to a warehouse at an unknown location. But federal investigators say that was also a lie. And when we asked LAPD, all they would tell us is that they had closed the missing persons investigation.
We ain't got nothing else to say. The case is closed. We done cracked the case. We done had Cold Shack. We done had Toma down here. We done had Cold Shack. We done had Telly Savalas, every other character that has been played by everybody. We done had Dragnet down here. The case is closed. We've closed the case. You can go ahead. Get back now. Get back. This chick was not legally in the United States and only drew attention to herself. Why didn't she just go throw herself at the mercy of the court? I mean, why don't you just tell us the name of the movie that you want to see? I don't get it. Okay, let me...
Investigators say Calderon was never in federal custody. And on July 4th, they located her with this woman at a parking lot in Bakersfield.
Does she look like she's sad and been kidnapped? Look at that face. Oh, girl, I'm telling you, I needed this break. Oh, so did I, Thelma. It looked like Thelma and Louise. Damn it, I'm going to try that. I'm going to say, you know what? I got to get up out of here. I need a break. Somebody done took my behind. Somebody come get him. Somebody better come look for me. Y'all gonna come look for me. Come on, look at that. Look like Thelma and Louise. She look as happy as she can be. I done got away from them kids. I done got away from my husband. Oh my God, I ain't got to do no more work. Oh, I'm so happy.
Investigators say she stuck to her story. She'd been kidnapped. And these are photos investigators say Calderon created to make it appear as if she was in custody and being mistreated. But the U.S. Attorney's Office...
Wait a minute. Look at what she decided to take the pictures. And I done told y'all they got me. Somebody better come get me quick. Somebody better come get me. They done told me that if don't nobody come, I'm in trouble. Don't you see? Look at my face. I'm in disrepair. Look at my items. Look at my clothes. You know I don't walk around looking like this. Look at my face. They done beat me up. Look at me. Oh, my hair. Somebody better come get me.
Says she orchestrated the phony kidnapping to generate public sympathy and solicit donations. Now, the U.S. Attorney's Office released this statement saying dangerous rhetoric that ICE agents are kidnapping illegal immigrants is being recklessly peddled by politicians and echoed in the media to inflame the public and discredit our courageous federal agents. He went on to say, in terms of this case, all those involved will face the full consequences of their conduct under federal law. Now, Calderon has lived in L.A. for more than 20 years. She's charged with conspiracy and making false statements to federal agents. So far, no one else has been charged in this case, but the U.S. Attorney...
This heifer waited 20 years to say, here I am. How do you wait 20 years? Girl, you just got away with it and you don't even understand. You got away. You did it. You got away. What did this lady say? She said she lived here. How long? Let me get back. We're going to go a little bit back further, though. Go ahead now. Come on now. What'd she say?
So far, no one else has been charged in this case, but the U.S. Attorney's Office says this case is ongoing. We did reach out to Calderon's family and the family attorney. But this case with the U.S. Attorney's Office, years. She's charged with conspiracy. Has lived in L.A. for more than 20 years. She's charged with conspiracy and making false statements to federal agents. So far, no one else has been charged in this case, but the U.S. Attorney's Office says this case is ongoing. We did reach out to Calderon's family and the family attorney, but we haven't heard back yet. Sam will send it back.
Because her attorneys ain't got nothing to say. We done reached out to her lawyers. You know what I'm saying? We done called them. We done text messaged these people. We done reached out the best way. We don't know why her attorneys don't want to talk to us. Anybody? Do you know why? Can you maybe guess why? Man, them attorneys are mad as hell. You done put them on Front Street. You done made these people run around here. Oh my goodness. I can just imagine the soapboxes they had all around California at that time. I cannot believe that This chick had gotten away basically scot-free. But I guess she decided, you know what? I've been out here in the United States all this doggone time, and now I see what these women is talking about. This is a rat race. I gotta go. The best this baby could do, was become a statistic. The best this baby could do to get away from it all. She said, damn it, Calgon ain't gonna work. I just got to go. She just said, let me just run away. She ran away. But get this, what type of time do you have to be on to not realize that there are cameras everywhere? What type of time do you have to be on to realize, hey, somebody just might see me? This chick parked her car at the Jack in the Box like she was going to do third shift, got out the vehicle, hobbled over, got in somebody else's vehicle, hobbled on away, and then had the audacity to be caught on camera, partying up a storm, standing outside of some other place up in Bakersfield. Now, you and I, whoever knows California, you already know ain't nothing in Bakersfield but a whole bunch of places to go and, pick up fruit or whatever. But hell, she was like, you know what? All I need is a break. And it stinks in coming in through Bakersfield. It smells. I don't care. I just got to go. Do you know what I deal with at the house every day? I got to get away from these people. Going to drive me crazy. Oh, my God. I'm sorry, you guys. That right there to me was like nonstop stupidity. I don't know. Ain't nothing else we can say. But like I say, I imagine that her attorneys didn't want anything else to do with her. I know I wouldn't. I mean, if I was here, if I was going to be there representing you, you could hang it up. Says, call me later on. Call me something else, but don't call my office. Don't ever come around here. All right. Go see. So we have another one. Because I'm really like, I just can't believe these people would do all of this stuff. Now we have we got a treat for you. I think I'm gonna show that one last. Yeah, I think I am. Let's go ahead and do this one. Let's do this one. Now, this right here to me is like one of the worst cases. Well, all of them are bad, but this is a really bad case when you really think, you know what, if I have to go to court, things are going to be okay because I'm going to be able to see a judge and, I'm going to have my day in court and everything is going to be all right. But let me tell you, this right here is the man that has an alleged judicial conspiracy after the judges are indicted. Now, let me tell you, everybody here, every single person that we are talking about today is innocent until they are proven guilty. But until they are proven guilty, we gonna laugh. Let's go.
For the first time, the man who says 2 criminally indicted judges conspired against him is sharing his story. He explains how he was pressured to take a plea deal on a charge that has since been vacated. The Office of Justice of the Peace, Robert Jenkins Franklin, in Rains County, 70 miles east of Dallas, was recently taped off. County leaders say it was out of an abundance of caution to secure all materials and data within that office. Fox 4's David Centendry joins us live. And David, have investigators publicly discussed a motive?
Yeah, Clarice, people I'm speaking with still have no idea what this motive might be. The victim in this case was initially charged with publishing intimate visual material, as you mentioned, a charge that is now vacated after a judge allegedly called him up with a death threat, pressuring him to take a plea deal.
If it can happen to me, it can happen to somebody else.
Kobe Wiebe filed a federal lawsuit against Rains County Justice of the Peace Robert Jenkins Franklin in May. Last week, Wiebe added County Judge Linda Wallace to the lawsuit.
If I destroyed evidence and tampered with it, I'd be in a lot of trouble.
The lawsuit alleges a coordinated campaign of judicial abuse.
They say, do as I say, not as I do. And they believe they're above the law.
It started in 2023. That's when Wiebe says he got a call from Franklin, pressuring him to take a plea deal for a crime he says he did not commit.
9:13 in the morning.
Now, wait a minute. I want you guys to get a good gander of this judge. Let me make it bigger so you can see this character. How broke do you have to be to look like this? When you figure a person is a judge, they make pretty decent money, or at least you would hope. But what is this cat's problem? Let's take a good gander of this. And then, you know what? I'm going to tell you something else. Whenever you're looking at individuals in a particular setting, you can never really judge what they're going to do or what they're not going to do. But what I want to tell you is This right here don't look like no judge I would ever trust, not even for a parking ticket. Okay, that's what I say. I mean it.
To take a plea deal for a crime he says he did not commit.
9:13 in the morning, I get a phone call. This is Judge Franklin. I heard you have a problem with me. You take the deal, boy, or dead man can't testify.
Wiebe says those words, dead men can't testify, led him to accept.
3 days later, I took a plea deal.
Judge Franklin was not presiding over Wiebe's case. Wiebe can only speculate why the...
What in the Paul Blart is going on here? What in the Paul Blart is going on? What is that? That is not a judge. Look at that. At best, he can be I don't know, maybe a washing machine repairman with a little bit of, cleavage in the back. I don't know. But what is that? You got to know that's not a real judge. First of all, a real judge would not cut up like that. Second of all, a real judge would not, something ain't right in that town. I'm telling you, something stinks to high heaven, but let's go.
Alleged threat was made. According to the lawsuit, Wiebe later provided authenticated phone records of the call and verified polygraph results discussing details of the call.
And he identified himself to you on that phone call.
Yes, sir.
So he wasn't trying to hide this at all.
No, sir.
Wiebe's felony conviction was vacated after prosecutors filed a motion acknowledging that he had been coerced to enter the plea. In May, a grand jury indicted Judge Franklin on charges of official oppression for the alleged call to Wiebe and tampering with a witness, pressuring a clerk to falsify an affidavit in connection to the case.
You are not above the law.
Then, in June, County Judge Linda Wallace was indicted for tampering with a witness. According to court records, Wallace coerced the same clerk to withhold testimony regarding the allegations against Judge Franklin.
This should send a shockwave down the back of every...
Wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Now, she just saw him. I mean, didn't the whole city just see homeboy go through his schisms and his issues? But wait, what? Okay.
Because it could happen to you.
Attorney Paul Anderson represents Wiebe.
At the end of the day, for every conflict we have in our society, it comes down to a court. And everybody walks in expecting to have their fair day in the court.
While Wiebe awaits the civil and criminal proceedings, he wonders if others share similar stories.
And I'm 99% sure I'm not the only one.
Rains County is also being sued in this case.
Whoops.
Before all of this played out, he says he had only met him one time before, and that was during a court hearing, a court case involving an eviction. It was just through that process. From these unfounded allegations in the criminal and civil proceedings. Again, Judge Franklin was not overseeing this case. I asked Wiebe if they had any sort of relationship before all of this played out. He says he had only met him one time before, and that was during a court hearing, a court case involving an eviction. It was just through that process that he knew Judge Franklin. Plenty more questions left unanswered. We'll keep you updated when we find them out. But for now, Clarice, back to you.
All right, David, thank you.
To me, that is absolutely a nightmare. Can you imagine having a case where you got a judge that is that rogue? I really wish I could show you this other thing that I saw the other day, and I thought that was amazing. But can you imagine, like I say, you want to have your day in court, just like they just said at the end there. You just want to go, take care of whatever it was you had to go and take care of, have your day in court, and call it a day. That's generally what you want. But this dude literally called this man and basically said an old school, line like, hey, dead men don't tell no tales. I'm going to let you know right now. Don't you come up in here with no mess. Okay, I'll take a plea. No problem. I'm sorry. Now, this right here is the coup de grace. Let me set it up for you. So the coup de grace is, have you ever been in school and you saw the girls that were not necessarily the prettiest? They weren't ugly, but they weren't the prettiest. And then on top of that, some of the guys that I remember, like in college, you had the football players, and the football players would date some of the girls that were not necessarily unattractive, but they weren't the prettiest girls, right? So what they would do is they would use these girls. Similar to the first case that we looked at, using them a little bit. Just a little bit, baby, just a little bit. This right here, honey. Let's go ahead and get this, because, hey, are you hungry is what I want to know, baby. Are you hungry? Are you hungry?
Sex, drugs, and contraband. Newly released videotapes expose the dysfunction inside the Green Hill School in Chehalis. Glad you're with us at 6:30. I'm Greg Coppola.
I'm Madison Wade. The King 5 investigators opened and obtained evidence after a rash of employee arrests at the state's maximum security lockup for young male offenders.
Chris Ingalls begins the story with a crime where the key piece of evidence is a burrito.
This woman walking in the distance has a special delivery.
Put some hot sauce on my burrito, baby, and bring it on into jail.
The hooded woman steps up to the gate, rings the intercom, and announces she has a DoorDash delivery. You're watching never-before-seen video of one of the more brazen crimes at the Green Hill School. Green Hill is the state's overcrowded detention facility for young violent offenders, males ages 17 to 25. Once inside, the woman hands a food bag to security. Later, a hooded Green Hill employee appears at the security checkpoint, takes the bag, and walks away. 2 weeks later, it happens again. The same woman on foot says she has a DoorDash delivery. But this time, at a second locked entryway, an alert security officer in a control room just off camera is suspicious.
She said she was DoorDash, and she showed me the food. She took it out.
That's when she recognized the woman in a black hat and hood, as she told police in this recorded interview.
I confronted her. I did say Angel, and she looked at me in shock and she said no, and just looked at me, made this weird front face, and again said no.
This time, when security took the food bag, they opened it to find this: 2 burritos filled not only with meat and cheese, but a potent form of marijuana called wax. The drug-filled burritos were for a young offender, and it wasn't DoorDash making the delivery. The hooded woman was a former Green Hill employee who was fired last year.
Ms. Meisner, it's my understanding it's your intent today to enter pleas of guilt to the
Weeks after her arrest in March, in a plea bargain, a Lewis County judge sentenced Angel Marie Meisner to 2 years in prison for smuggling drugs into Green Hill.
What is your plea?
Guilty.
With its school, vocational programs, and intensive counseling, Green Hill is supposed to rehabilitate young offenders.
They're just warehousing them over there. They're not really
They're
delivering.
doing more than warehousing them over. They just warehousing them over there. No, they not. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some other stuff going on in there. I really want to tell you. You know why? Because you figure this chick was so comfortable. Oh, and it gets better than this. But she was so comfortable to just walk on in there. Land shark. I mean, she was just really comfortable. DoorDash. She was like, nobody's going to pay attention. She knew the terrain. She knew that this place is already, so much more happening than what you see with me. Right? Because she literally walked in there 2 different times on 2 different angles. And then when the chick acknowledged who she was, nope, not me. Gotta go. Man, oh man, of Shevitz, there's more going on in this place. I guarantee you there is. And I really don't think that they should. I don't think that they should have the women.
The core of this program.
I don't think that they should have the women working in there with those men like that. That's just me. But hey, you know what? She put some hot sauce on his burrito.
John Braun, the top Republican in the state Senate, says the burrito case highlights the failures at Green Hill.
It just stuns me that somehow we're allowing this to continue.
Consider that this is Meisner's second Green Hill-related conviction in a matter of months. She was among a spate of female employees, at least 6 that we know of, investigated and fired in the past year for improper relationships with Green Hill inmates.
Look at them. Look at them. This is not whew.
Records show some smuggled in contraband like cell phones, shared intimate photos, enabled fights and misconduct, and even videotaped their sex acts with inmates. We obtained these Green Hill surveillance photos of Meisner kissing Robbery Thompson, a 22-year-old serving 40 years for 2 murders. Chehalis police records show she kept him supplied with sex while she worked at Green Hill and drugged burritos after she was fired.
Hello, this is a free call from an incarcerated individual.
Pay very close attention to what she's about to say to the guy that she just got through kissing. I mean, how you putting your mouth on somebody and you know what goes on in prison, lady? Are you that hard up? I mean, honestly, you already know what goes on in prison and you literally tonguing this dude down. You're literally doing that. Hey, you know what, baby? You can't be that desperate. You got the whole world outside and yet still you go get this dude and put your whole mouth all on him. All of y'all sharing the same spit. Nasty. Just nasty.
At Washington Corrections Center.
Can't wait to be able to hug you without being scared that I'm going to get caught. I love you.
Recordings captured inmate Thompson's phone conversations with Meisner after she was fired.
Look at this dude with these titties. This dude could not catch nothing out. Look at this. Listen, this is just too much. She would not pay this guy no attention on the outside world. Look at this cat. Look at him. Look at it. Look at it. What is it? What's going on? I mean, what is really happening? She lost her whole bit of freedom. She lost everything. What's that? That's at least a D cup. I mean, at best. I mean, that's like the nightmare for, regular milk, gynecomastia. I mean, that's like the nightmare. Oh, boy. And it's all pink. Oh, boy.
Conversations with Meisner after she was fired.
I really do think that we can help each other to be better people.
These calls reveal Thompson is having sex with another Green Hill staffer who police identify as Emily Baker. Meisner forgives him because...
And paid attention to me and not just sex or what you can get out of me. The fact that I'm actually valued as a human being.
Count 1, tampering with a witness, and count 2, abuse of office. Do you understand the charges against you?
Yes, ma'am.
Emily Baker has pleaded not guilty to a long list of charges involving sex, contraband, and an alleged plot to plant drugs in vape and dab pens on a coworker suspicious of her relationship with Thompson.
Why is all this happening in there?
So
that I really can't tell you. I'm not.
So basically what she's saying is, you gonna tell on me. I think you gonna tell on me. So let me go ahead on and plant this evidence on you. Even though I work in a prison and I already know that I'm wrong and I already know that I can get caught and lose my job, but don't you think for 1 second I'm going to let you tell on me. If anybody going to do some telling, it's going to be my fat face. I'm going to do it myself. Look at this. Look at this. This is somebody's child that just ruined her whole life. Look at that.
Emily Baker has pleaded not guilty to a long list of charges involving sex, contraband, and an alleged plot to plant drugs in vape and dab pens on a coworker suspicious of her relationship with Thompson.
Why is all this happening in there?
That I really can't tell you. I'm not really sure.
Chehalis Police Chief Randy Kaut can't explain it, but he knows.
Then he shouldn't have the job. Because, see, before I sit down with somebody like this and we're going to discuss exactly what's going on in a facility that I've got responsibility for, I'm going to have already had a conversation. We're already going to start figuring out what is going on here. But I'm telling you, there is more. I wouldn't be surprised if they got a toot-toot ring. Toot-toot. Hey, beep, beep, all up in that piece. And that's the reason why ain't nobody finding out nothing, because everybody from the judge, allegedly, all the way down, has been participating in some real messy stuff.
It's keeping his detectives busy. The city in which Green Hill is located investigated a record 21 custodial misconduct cases involving employees last year. Detectives say Meisner, Baker, and Michelle Goodman sealed their fate with sex tapes that are now in police hands. These are some of the suggestive or nude photos that at least 3 more employees sent to inmates. And police investigated other staffers like Nicholas Judson, accused of picking up burrito deliveries and handing them over to Robbery Thompson. Judson has pleaded not guilty.
Do you see what I'm saying? This is deeper than just this one chick and then the one that looks like Marge's sister with the big blue hair. It's more than just that. It's more than just those chicks. They're very comfortable in this environment simply because this is what they do. They break the law. That's what they do. You sitting up there rubbing on that big titty man like like you ain't got a million men to choose from out here in the free world, and you want me to believe that don't nobody else, there ain't nothing else going on there? And you got poor Emily looking like she was the doorstop in high school, sitting up there just looking like, I don't know why I did it. I'm just going to sit here until somebody tells me it's time to come off the camera. I am sorry, but I just can't take it no more. I cannot believe that these women would throw their careers away. But there's something else. Wait a minute. Before I move back over and let y'all finish listening to this, with all of the people out here making money off of OnlyFans, you got to go suck on a man inside the jail. Lord have mercy.
Guilty of smuggling contraband.
You got to scratch your head and say, why does this keep happening? How do we allow this type of behavior to continue to happen in this facility?
Yeah, this had us scratching our heads too. And we asked the Department of Children, Youth, and Families to explain how this could happen. A spokesperson says these cases we profiled are a direct reflection of our zero tolerance for sexual misconduct and abuse at our facilities. The referrals to law enforcement are happening because Green Hill staff take those kind of reports seriously. Police stats do confirm that those referrals are up again this year. Employee misconduct cases reported to Chehalis PD this year are on pace to tie last year's record number. Greg and Madison, there's a lot going on inside that place, as you can see.
I think we both have so many questions after watching that, and I'll try to limit it to just one.
Sure.
This kind of sounds like the thing where you're going to have some lawsuits and taxpayers are going to be on the hook for this, for the employee misconduct.
Yeah, I mean, imagine. I mean, we've reported that Green Hill has already paid more than $4 million in settlements in sex abuse cases over just the last few years. But some of those abuses that occurred long ago. But this stuff that we're seeing today is the big dollar settlement of tomorrow. Settlements have already hit record numbers at Green Hill. And, we know now they're only going to get bigger.
My goodness, 4 million already. All right, Chris, thank you. And
You're
you
welcome.
can see a lot more from the King 5 Investors.
$4 million already. Now, I want to take a look as we go ahead and bring this thing on in. But I really want to say I believe that there's a whole lot more going on there in that case than they're letting on to. And it's only because if you can find this many people that are corrupt, that means that it's overwhelmingly corrupt. It's like it's like seething. It's seething, right? That's what I think. Now, here is, I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm not really wanted to deal with this whole bait and switch thing, but it's Saturday and y'all ain't got nothing else to do. So we gonna talk about this. Although I don't want to, but I'm going to do it. Why? Because it's what the people want, and I got to give you what you want. Survey says that you guys want to talk about this chick. I don't want to talk about her. I don't want to talk about nothing. I would rather let these people sit out on their own and just, wring themselves out to dry. And that is this whole Ghislaine Maxwell and Mr. No list, no list, no list. And then the whole Obama's guilty. He ain't going nowhere. Ain't nobody going nowhere. Stop it, I say. But anyway, she actually is going to get immunity. Is that right? Is that a possibility? Let's see.
Well, live now from Fox. So we do have some breaking news that we are following for you. We've been giving you updates on how Ghislaine Maxwell wrapping up Part 2 of her talks with the DOJ. Now we're learning that she was offered limited immunity for those talks. Those are the latest reports coming right now. Take a look here at this update saying, I'm told Ghislaine Maxwell was granted a limited form of immunity in exchange for speaking with the DOJ, confirming the Catherine Folder's report. The immunity is often offered to people whom prosecutors want to cooperate And Maxwell has already been tried and found guilty, plus doesn't cover perjury. So also being reported from the New York Post, we are learning that Maxwell named some 100 different people linked to the late pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, and an attorney for the disgraced socialite claimed today, following 2 days of interrogation led by Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. So that is some new news that we are learning for you here at this hour, and it continues to be talked about. We just heard from President Trump earlier today in a talk back with media, saying that he had the right to pardon her if he so chooses there. So we'll be definitely watching this closely as more of the investigation into those Epstein files does continue. But again, limited immunity being offered up right now for Ghislaine Maxwell.
This is nothing more than, let me see, her father has already passed, right, you guys? Her dad died already. I think her dad is already gone. But I know that her father was a big wig, and you guys check that for me because I'm not sure if he's deceased or not. But I believe he's deceased. He was a big wig, though. You know, I don't know. Maybe it was about her all along. Maybe this whole thing, you know, since he died, is just about her all along. Maybe that's what this is. Now, before we close, I got to talk about it because you talk about a scapegoat, and I'm not taking up for nobody. I'm not going to take up for anybody. And the next story that I'm talking about, I'm not taking up for her, but I would say that she is most assuredly a scapegoat. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because it was not her that started this story. But let's just take a look at what's going on with none other than Candace Owens. Now, this is not a criminal, but I think that what's happening to her is criminal, because to me, you already know that she didn't make this up. Everybody has been talking about this for years. I don't know anything about any of it, and I ain't got no coins for you to come sue me. So everything at this moment is allegedly. But what I will tell you is, I don't think it's nice. And again, I am not a Candace Owens fan at all. I just don't think it's right. But they sue her. They suing her. They suing her. They suing her. Okay, I don't want to hear the music. I don't want to hear the music. Let me find another one because I don't want to hear the music. Because yeah, I just don't want to hear the music. Do you know that we had to take the whole, when we were sitting up there talking the other night about the gal who was nuts messing over her husband or whatever, we had to take 10, I think it was maybe like 7 minutes out because that song from over there on TikTok, everything else was cleared. The only thing that wasn't was that last song that we had on that last video clip. And we had to get rid of it. So I don't want to have that one. I would rather give me something like a Fox News story about her, because I ain't paying for nothing, and I'm not taking nothing else out. I just ain't going to do it. This is one of the ones I told you guys I may just throw something else in. This is what I'm throwing in. Only because I'm thinking, why? Why now? Why all of these distractions now? Obama ain't going nowhere. So if y'all think you're going somewhere, you better think again. And if you do, here's my question. But wait. Good question, Felicia. How about all the people that keep saying that this one's dead, that one's dead, and they took that one down to Guantanamo? Well, you know that one ain't around no more. You know that one ain't around no more. Well, they got rid of that one down there. So which is it? They went bye-bye at Guantanamo, or that's the real Obama? I'm just asking for a friend, because that's what everybody is running around here, running their mouth saying. Well, you know, we heard about this one went here, and this one went here. We heard about this one. And it's like, really? So which is it? What do you really believe? You believe you're mad and you're upset that all of this stuff's been exposed about Obama. And now that you've got this Obama story, the Cinderella story, now that you got the Obama story, you're flipping the script and you're saying, well, I hope he gets him. Okay. You hope he gets him. All right. No problem. No problem at all. Get him for what? He didn't go get home, girl. Did he? No, he didn't. Lock her up? He never did. Never will. All right, so let me see. Let's you guys tell me which one you guys want to hear. We got the O'Reilly, Bill O'Reilly. He covered it with no spin. Who else covered it? Who else is headed back to the Young Turks? They're very good. I do appreciate, the work that they do. I think I even had something. Hold on. Well, no, I don't want to. Yeah, I do. No, I actually don't. I really don't care that much, but I'm not going to get flagged for her. No. Did you know that her father-in-law is a baron? And did you know that in order for them to, for the most part, it could be wrong, but for the most part, they have to have some blood in their lineage across the pond. They have to have like commingled blood, like you the cousin, you the 12th cousin, or something like that. Yeah. Being sued. Let me put this here. All right, let's do it. Hope you guys are having a good Saturday. It's better than being out partying, isn't it? It's not? Oh, okay. Well, I thought I'd ask. I don't think I can use his. I think Bill O'Reilly may be copywritten because he's not a whatchamadoodle. Well, they all are. But okay, let's forget about her. Let's just deal with Obama. Let's deal with Obama. Let's deal with Obama.
Russia.
I mean, it's apropos, right? It's only 58 seconds, but it is apropos. And I say it's apropos because, well, we just got to talking about it. So, I mean, come on now. This makes Watergate look like a tea party, a journalist says. Ooh, that sounds like a pretty good one, too. Okay, you guys, let's go.
So breaking just moments ago, former President Obama's office responding after Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard accused his administration of using, quote, manufactured intelligence about President Trump and Russia. Gabbard sending a referral to the Justice Department and calling for, quote, accountability. President Obama's office saying, quote, nothing in the document issued last week undercuts the widely accepted conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes. These findings were affirmed in 2020 in the report by the Bipartisan Senate Intelligence Committee, led by then Chairman Marco Rubio. That report moments ago from President Obama's office, the story that we were discussing earlier in the hour.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click. We've now lost two 80s icons.
They were talking about Hulk Hogan, and I see a lot of crap going on right now on Twitter or X or whatever, but I liked Hulk Hogan. I don't know why everybody is coming out now with this whole, oh, he was a racist thing. It seems to me that America just can't have any peace at all. They just, everything has to be, oh, they were racist, they were this, they were that. Why can't you just think about the good stuff the man did? I don't know nothing about him or Ozzy Osbourne being racist, but I heard all of that. It was all a Twitter. It was all a flitter on Twitter. It was all a flitter on Twitter, but they're going to talk about him here. And this is Jimmy somebody.
This week
I
in
stopped watching
Ozzy
this channel
Osbourne.
a long time ago.
And of course, but there were so many incredible, the Iron Sheik, he became the first man to escape a Derringer song. He would lift up. You're like,
I don't want to hear this guy. It's okay. I don't want to hear anything he has to say. He's a little nice. Okay, that's great. I'm just sorry. I just don't want to hear him. That's that. But as I was saying, as it relates to Obama, I really feel like they need to get off of all of this old stuff, because the stuff that we just talked about at the top of the week, when we made sure that we highlighted what was going on in Israel after that whole entire thing was put up there and said what they weren't going to do, and now they did the opposite of it. That's a problem. And now Taiwan and all of them are going off, shooting on each other and doing all kinds of craziness. So I think we got a whole lot of stuff that's going on around us that's an obvious distraction. This stuff's an obvious distraction for a lot of it. And so if you can't laugh at it, you're going to end up crying. So you better get yourself some tissue, because you're going to have tears coming out either way. The stuff's a wreck. But yes, rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner, and rest in peace to Mr. Hulk Hogan. I, again, don't know nothing about him. Don't know nothing about all that other stuff that they got going on back and forth with Twitter, with X, talking about, all of this other stuff. But I think I do want to talk about something that I'm so happy to see. Hallelujah. Let me say this. Let me get on over here. Let's see if we can find it, because I'm so tired of these chicks. Man, they were just a bunch of bitter biddies. Just a bunch of bitter biddies. That's who they are and who they were. Let me see what I can find. I want a regular news report. I don't want that, because I already talked about that. And you know what? I talked about these people with the Coldplay Kiss Cam and everybody else and their mama did. And do you know that somebody came over to my, you shouldn't, who cares? It said, that there's a married couple and they did what they did. And now, it's okay because, they was married and it's their personal life. It ain't no personal life when you're, first of all, one of the richest families in the United States and your wife is out here scallywagging it. Letter A. And B, it is no secrets when you sitting up there on a dang on jumbotron. You don't come over here and tell me that I can't talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it, then you don't talk about it. But I'm talking about it because she shouldn't have had herself out there wrapped up around that man. That was not her husband. That was somebody else's husband. Yes, I said it. Yes, I said it. Okay, let's see. What is this? Nothing. I have nothing. I don't want to put on anything unless it's like standard news where I can give them their standard credits and we're good. Don't want to fumble with them, but here's the lowdown. The lowdown is they're done. Period. That's it. I was so tired of The View. I had no necessity to watch them. I'm not sad that they're going. They're gone. Okay, great. They're on hiatus or they're not. Whatever it is, I'm glad that we don't have to deal with them anymore, because the whole woke woman thing was driving me absolutely bats. I couldn't deal with it anymore. I couldn't deal with every time you turned around, you go on one of these programs and all they're doing is talking bad about everybody. Now, again, I'm not a fan of the president, but my God, get a man a break. Do you know that Joy Behar, old behind, is in her 80s? That lady is in her 80s running around spewing all of that mess. Her and old Whoopi. Whoopi's old, she old, and I'm glad to see him go. That's it. I'm not going to miss them. Did they really have anybody that watched them? All they ever did was show sound bites of crap that they said. But did anybody ever watch them? Let me look in the chat. Did you watch them? Did anybody here watch them? They are in the rear. They are now the rear view. I like that, Michael. I like it. Hulk genuinely was a nice guy. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought that he was a nice guy too. I couldn't believe that there were people that were actually on Twitter going all cuckoo crazy over him, saying that he was X, Y, or Z. I never saw that. I know that Dog the Bounty Hunter did get into some quote unquote scuffles with people, later on in life. They had brought up a few things about him, but even with that, I didn't see that personally. I heard about it, but I didn't see it. And then the reason why I really did like Hulk Hogan was because he and his wife had really made some changes in their personal lives, and they had really done some things to turn things around. And so, yeah, that was sad. And of course, it was very sad about, oh, you didn't, Debbie? Me either, girl. I didn't mess around. I couldn't stand them. Years and years ago, I may have watched one or two shows, but then when I started, you know what? Hold on. I didn't watch them either. I don't like the fact that they were talking about Hulk Hogan, but the reason why I liked Hulk Hogan was because he reminded me of times when my children were young. My boys used to call it poofing, and so they would poof. And poofing was when they would try to pretend like they were wrestling, and they would watch those shows. So that's that. But no, I was not a fan at all. I didn't care too much for them at all. None of them. Now, independently, when they were each individual, doing their acting and all that other stuff, I liked them. I did. I liked Whoopi years ago. But I'm going to tell you what sort of turned me off. What turned me off is when everybody and their mama began to start to politicize every corner of media. I mean, you couldn't even watch a regular show anymore without them, being political. And that right there drove me nuts. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like how, even the daytime channel shows turned into that. And And then they made everybody, even the regular night shows. If you remember when we started with the whole decline of having evening shows, which they still do, but gee whiz, I was creeped out when I saw some of the shows just recently. My point, I did not like it when they started shifting and everybody started to get on the, we hate America thing. I don't hate America. I'm happy that I'm here. I'm happy that my, grandparents and their grandparents and their grandparents and their grandparents, that we were all born here. I'm happy. What I'm not happy about is what they're doing. That's what I don't like. I don't like what they're doing, because what they're doing is destroying this beautiful place. We are going to go live tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. And tomorrow we are going to talk about some pretty good stuff. We got some good stuff scheduled for you tomorrow. Listen, it's going to be serious, but we're going to have a little laughter. Not as much as tonight, of course, because, well, I got all prettied up and dolled up just for you to talk about some stuff that was hilarious. And it's just a fun, good evening. Tomorrow, we're going to have a little more serious talk. Yeah, a little more, absolutely, Lily. We're going to have a little serious talk, but we are going to have some laughter, because laughter is good medicine. So, I don't know whether you guys know it or not, but some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about tomorrow took me aback. Hot off the press. Hot off the press. It took me aback. I'm a little amazed at some of the stuff that I saw as I went to dig for stuff for you, because I love you so. So tomorrow we're going to hang out. I don't know exactly the time, but make sure that you look for the Duma Flickum notification. Look for that notification and we will hang out tomorrow. I'm glad that you guys came over. Saturday night is live on the Lockhart Perspective. I will be releasing you right now so that this whatever is different. So I'm going to release the Lockhart Perspective right now. And once I release the Lockhart Perspective, if you want to come over here and hang out with us for the last 10 minutes so that we do have a delineative difference between these two broadcasts, you can. Okay, so we have now removed the Lockhart Perspective. And now we just have Headlines with a Voice, Lockhart Perspective. Okay. All right. So that's that. All right. So it's just us over here, Headlines with a Voice. That's it. All right. So we've done that. And I'm glad that you guys got a chance to come over and hang out. But I don't know about you. If you got here late, you need to go back, baby. Back, and get a couple of body blows that we just threw earlier. Because when I tell you, we were over here cracking up laughing. We were having a bona fide good time. So tomorrow, watch out for the notification, because the reason why I'm not going to tell you the exact time that I'm going to be hanging out is because I'm cooking something special and it may take a little bit longer. There, I said it. I'm being honest. I'm a domestic goddess. All right, everybody. You guys take a couple of trips over here. And you already know what I'm going to tell you, baby. Take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of you, you already know ain't nobody out there. You were just on the phone right now trying to get yourself somebody trying to get themselves something to eat. You were just on the phone. And all you was trying to do was get the money that you loaned that person back. They saw your name on the caller ID, baby, and they didn't even respond to you. Need you to take care of you, because if you don't take care of you, ain't nobody else going to do it. You already know. And until you take care of you, go on over there and get my friends barbecue. Hey everyone, it's me, Felicia, of the Lockhart Perspective and Headlines with a Voice. I want to tell you a little secret. This is what I used to do, because I don't do it anymore. I would go to the store, buy the barbecue sauce, pour it inside of a bowl, put a whole bunch of different spices, a dash of brown sugar, a dash of maple, and a dash of mustard, stir it all around, and everybody would be like, oh my gosh, this is the best, this is the best. But I was exhausted after all of that, and a lot of times I couldn't remember how many dashes of what I put in it. But I don't have to do that anymore, because now I just go to Judge Joe Brown's website and I order his 3-pack of bottled barbecue sauce. It is by far the best, and I do mean the best barbecue sauce I've ever eaten. And when you go to his website and you order his 3-pack, you'll see exactly what I mean. Head on over to jjbbbbq.com and order Judge Joe Brown's barbecue sauce. You'll be glad you did, and you're going to tell me about it. I know you will. To receive instant notification each time I upload, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification.
be you.